Hello, my sweet girl.
The Parchment of Power is here, within the walls of the Abbey.
I assume you overheard Robbie or someone talking about it.
No. I could feel its power the moment it arrived. It was a numbing dread, the likes of which I have never experienced before. I worry for Robbie.
Do you not think he can handle it?
Sarah and Strange probably won't bring this up around him, but that parchment is not just random Latin phrases. It contains the words of Chthon himself. They are as dangerous as nuclear weapons.
I've already heard those words spoken aloud. Blaze read from the page, and I saw what it could do. The power it unleashed.
The hellfire and destruction is only the beginning, I'm afraid.
The page will not be with Robbie long. If Stark's plan succeeds, we will be rid of Chthon's only toehold in our world.
Perhaps. The parchment is just one page of many, all carrying Chthon's vile message. Those pages were scattered across the globe. The hope was that they would remain hidden forever. Yet man, in his infinite wisdom, decided to collect them and bind them into the Darkhold.
And now Robbie has the final page.
I pray he is strong enough to carry it.
Mephisto is no one we wish to trifle with.
Look at me. You've gone through so much, and here I am getting comfort from you like a selfish jerk. Almost as bad as an Avenger.
You're not that bad, Ilyana, I promise.
Liar. I might as well put on a cape and start calling myself Doctor.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You saw your tormentor today. That couldn't have been easy.
It's good to have you back, sister.
It's good to be back, sister. We'll finish this conversation later. Looks like someone wants to talk to you. She's all yours.
Mephisto was behind the Solus? Why did you not tell me, Ilyana?
Because I didn't know for sure. It was not easy to face him, you know. But the support of my friends, like you, gave me the strength to do it. In a way, I owe him everything, even though he took everything from me. He made me Darkchild, gave me the gift of ruling Limbo. And today, I booted him from it. And it wasn't the first time.
Have you considered ever resuming your reign as ruler of Limbo?
Ruling sounds attractive from afar. You imagine yourself on this giant throne made of 1,000 skulls, having servants fulfill your every whim, having power over everything and everyone you see. But alas, that is not the reality. Being in charge is full of administrative work, managing ungrateful minions, making and keeping demonic pacts. It's boring and arduous. And I don't do boring.
I can see that.
Besides, what would the Midnight Suns do without me? My place is here, tormenting Caretaker and Strange. Well, that's enough about Limbo for today. We must look forward to the challenges that lay ahead.
Sleep well tonight, Ilyana. You deserve it.
Good night, Hunter. Johnny Blaze's master plan was to entrust the Parchment of Power to Mephisto. Bravo, Ghost Rider.
Stop being so defensive and listen to us, Robbie.
We're just worried about you, that's all.
No need to be worried. I got this.
I don't think you fully understand what you're carrying. The parchment packs a lot of evil.
And what? You don't think I can handle it? I'll have you know that you aren't the only one who has a corner on controlling darkness. Just ask Sparky.
We're just concerned.
Concerned? You're starting to sound an awful lot like Caretaker, Nico.
Since when did you become such a jerk?
Since he started carrying that damn page, that's
Why
when...
don't you worry about yourself, Blade?
Whatever you say, Robbie. Why don't you go find Peter?
Well, maybe I will. I'm out.
Well, we tried.
The parchment of power is no joke. Then again, neither is Robbie. Let's just hope he's right and he can handle it.
Yeah, let's hope.
Hunter,
Are you all right?
why would I not be?
We encountered Mephisto.
Duh.
I thought you should hear it from me.
Limbo reacts to those stained by his presence. When you returned, I knew.
Is there anything I can do?
I am all right, Hunter. No, that is a lie. I am not all right. But you thought to warn me. This I will not forget. Let's see if you're as good as they say. You are a capable...
Have time to talk, Hunter? I saw you witnessed our disagreement in the hallway earlier.
I did.
Yet you didn't say anything.
I did not.
The parchment contains some of the darkest, most twisted magic that's ever existed. Robbie's my friend, but I don't think he's strong enough to withstand those forces. If he doesn't pass that page off to someone else, it's going to consume him.
You may have your doubts, but Robbie is tough. Tougher than you realize.
I wish I could share your optimism, Hunter. Everything related to the dark hole turns my stomach.
Maybe so. But I have complete faith that Robbie is strong enough to carry the parchment for as long as we need him to.
How much longer is he expected to hold the page?
We are all waiting on Stark. Until he can finalize his plan to destroy it, we wait.
It's weird. I just felt this need to be out here. Something about Jeremiah Kane's statue drew me. Guess it's that old Spirit of Vengeance connection, huh?
Like you, Kane carried more burdens than any one man should.
Yeah, so he knew how the big honor could also become a curse.
Do you feel like you have been cursed?
Absolutely. I mean, it's awesome to be one of the Midnight Suns and have the incredible responsibility of carrying the parchment of power. But it also really sucks.
No one ever said our tasks would be easy, especially now.
I get it. It would just be nice if the price of failure wasn't, you know, the end of the world.
Blaze's betrayal probably soured your outlook.
About that. I keep thinking about what happened back in Limbo. Right before all the fighting broke out, when Blaze told me you were the key to the parchment, the prophecy, all of it. And that if we took you out, the world might survive.
Robbie.
I know what you're gonna say. Don't trust Blaze. I get it. Which is why I'm thinking I should read this parchment for myself and find out exactly what caused him to get so worked up about you.
I do not know what Blaze read. I am not a mind reader, nor are you. Which is why I am asking you to trust me. Forget what Blaze said. Forget what could be on that parchment.
I can't just forget it, Hunter. What am I supposed to do? Bake a loaf of sourdough and try not to think about having the directions for the end of the world riding around in me?
Oh, do you bake?
Nothing more complicated than instant brownies.
That is too bad. I would love a warm loaf of bread right now. To break bread together would be more meaningful than the words of 100 parchments.
Fine, forget it. I'm not gonna read the page. Happy now?
I am relieved, yes. But what are you going to do instead?
I'm gonna do what I normally do. Sit and worry. And hope Stark hurries up with whatever he's building in the forge.
That may take a while.
I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear you say that. After all this, I better get a statue of my own around here.
Just tell me.
I already told you.
That was just a bunch of hocus-pocus mumbo-jumbo. Authored by the hand of a corrupted elder god, vile, unspeakable evil power contained within its pages. I get it. The Darkhold is bad. But I'm a scientist. I need facts, examples, highlights, lowlights.
Are you really asking me for a book report on the Darkhold?
I mean, I could just blast the page to smithereens without knowing the context, but understanding it is so much more interesting.
Context or no context, I'm still skeptical that your plan will actually work.
Well, okay, then share your deep insights with me, Dr. Spooky. Come on, spill the beans.
I have no beans to spill, Tony. I think I need some fresh air.
I guess you're wondering why Strange and I were getting into it?
I saw enough.
He gets so huffy and precious when it comes to his magic stuff. Everything has to be shrouded in mystery, like he's on stage in Vegas or something. I think he's afraid I'm going to turn around and become an even greater sorcerer than he is.
Consider the possibility that Strange understands the universe in ways you could not possibly comprehend.
All right. I'll consider it. Shh. I'm still considering. Nope, you're wrong.
Surely there is a way for you both to work together in harmony.
You'll never catch us in the same barbershop quartet. But, given enough time, I'm sure I can reverse engineer an Elder God's programming language. Sure, you may not be able to understand what I'm saying, but that's not my problem.
So you think the Darkhold is no different from some fabulous bit of technology?
Oh, absolutely. And like any other fabulous bit of technology, it's only a matter of time before I figure out how to do what I want to do with it. Every problem has a solution, my resurrected friend. And I'm going to find it.
I warn you, the Darkhold is not a thing to be trifled with.
Oh, I'm gonna trifle with it all right. I'm gonna trifle that thing until it's just burned ash on the floor.
Just make sure the pulp on the floor is not you.
Oh, I'll be extra careful.
And what about Strange? Are you going to let him sulk?
Oh, I'll find Dr. Spooky later, and explain my position clearly. Make sure he understands.
It might help if you stop calling him Dr. Spooky.
Yeah, you're right. I should use his name. Stephen Spooky.
I give up.
Well, don't give up yet. You need to get the research going on the Gamma Accelerator. I've got the pieces and Dad's research, and I'm ready to go.
Careful, Hunter. Punches are flying faster out here. I came out here to cool down. Carol kindly suggested I work out my frustrations on the punching bag. Her suggestion was wise.
I am afraid I know the source of your frustrations.
If you think this source has got salon-sculpted facial hair and an ego the size of Montana, then you are correct.
Rail against Tony's ego all you want, but the best way to shut him up would be to come up with a better plan.
Believe me, if I had a better plan, everyone would have heard about it by now. Unfortunately, this whole thing feels like a no-win situation.
Something, or someone, is going to snap.
Something on your mind?
Nothing important. Isn't the angry children meeting tonight?
Emo kids?
Yes, that. I can never keep up with the modern lingo. Took me a decade to rid myself of thee and thou.
The meeting is tonight.
Then I should wrap up.
So don't get mad, but Caretaker wants to run Emo Kids tonight.
I'm used to her taking over. She does this whenever I find my own path.
It's just for tonight, okay? I'll shut down the Emo Kids before I let her take over. Alright, let's do this.
Lead the way.
I need the ingredients you collected.
I did not bring them.
It is for your benefit. No matter. I don't see how Caretaker can do any better.
How much did Nico tell you about tonight's meeting?
She said you are leading it.
I suspect you have an opinion on the matter. Say what you must.
Are you sure you want to do this?
I can handle it.
I do not want you going through this again.
Oh, kiddo. Hard to mourn someone when they're standing in front of you. Tonight I will cocoon your conscious mind from your past self. When you are ready, we can safely observe the events of your death.
We can begin.
What is the last memory on the night of your death?
Lilith, asking me to join her.
Keep it close. That's where you'll begin.
All right.
What do you see?
Lilith and I face each other in the circle. Join you? Why would I ever do that?
Since my transformation, I have made so many children, yet all pale beside my greatest creation. My true child, perfect, conceived in my very image.
I am nothing like you.
Not yet, but you will be, when I remove the shackles that bind
No.
you.
I will never stand by your side.
Foolish child. You have no choice in the... But we can no longer afford such lies.
I cannot move. The Darkhold. She has the Darkhold.
You cling to the delusions of your captors. Embrace your true self trapped within.
She lifts the Darkhold high. She...
That's it? That's how the hunter died?
There's nothing more.
So the hunter died because of a book?
Miss Rasputin, the Darkhold is hardly a book.
So Lilith read the hunter to death.
I guess she channeled her demon powers through the Darkhold.
Ugh, still a boring way to die.
What did Lilith mean about your true self?
We are finding more questions than answers.
True, but we have someone here who can help decipher them. Sarah knows her sister better than anyone alive. Perhaps she has insight on what Lilith meant.
I will talk to Sarah.
Sounds good.
I'm disappointed. I thought there'd be more to it.
Same here.
I always thought her attack on the Abbey was to recover the Darkhold, but it appears it was a means to an end.
What she said about me, my true self, can you explain that?
No, it's nonsense, but she clearly believed what she said. Perhaps we can use this against her.
How?
When we're ready to face her, you may be able to divert her attention.
You want to use me as bait?
Well, if you're offering.
Why is using me as bait always your plan?
Because it works.
After I died, was that how you found me?
Yes, you and Lilith, with the Darkhold between you.
If she used it to kill me, how did she die?
The Darkhold is a dangerous book. Maybe the power was too much for her to control.
I know where my body ended up. What of Lilith?
The Knights of Wundagore took Lilith's body. I didn't ask where, and didn't want to know.
And the Darkhold?
Also provided to the Knights, in pieces for them to scatter throughout the world. It worked for centuries, until Hydra tracked them down.
That is all I wanted to ask.
Are you all right? This can't have been easy to relive.
It is better than not knowing, but I am still figuring out how to feel about it.
That's normal. Take your time. There's no need to rush. I won't keep you. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You died predictably.
You sound disappointed.
Death for the Hunter should not be so banal. Next time, add some spice. Get your legs stuck in a combine harvester. Have a sack of starving weasels tied around your face. Anything but demon powers.
Observing your own death can lead to sleepless nights, I know from personal experience. If you have trouble sleeping, I can write you a prescription. A joke, of course. I'm not licensed in this state.
That's all we had. You taking off?
That is it for me.
Sounds good. See you next meeting.
You're an only child, aren't you?
Yes.
I guess you'd have to be. Caretaker used to tell us about Lilith's child, not Lilith's firstborn.
One child of Lilith is enough.
Oh, come on. A couple sisters, a few brothers, and you were first, so you wouldn't have to deal with hand-me-downs.
The collar I wear protects the rest of you from what I could become. Can you imagine if I had siblings who carried the same darkness within?
Wow. When you put it like that, it always strikes me how our families define so much about us. I wouldn't be who I am without my little brother. With my parents gone, I had to grow up fast, pay the bills, keep my grades up, and provide for Gabe, no matter what. Yeah, it has complicated my life, but I make sure it won't complicate his. It's not easy to find that balance, but you have to do it. Without family, you lose a part of yourself. Oh, I can't wait to put this to use.
Agatha, what are you doing?
Casting a protection spell over the Abbey. Now that we are in possession of the Parchment of Power, we must be vigilant in guarding against its influences.
That is thoughtful of you. I feel protected already.
You should. This is a very rare form of sorcery, practiced only by those who have passed from this realm. This spell will only prevent the worst type of harm the parchment can inflict, but can't stop it from making mischief completely.
Mischief? What sort of mischief?
There's no way of knowing for sure. But if there's one thing I am sure of, it's this. The words etched onto the page were written by Chthon himself. Not even my magic can silence them. They will affect us, if only in whispers. I mean, they're probably affecting us right here, right now, and won't stop, Not until Stark finally manages to nuke it from space.
I was more concerned how it could harm Robbie, not the rest of us.
I'm concerned for him too, but while the page remains here in the Abbey, it affects us all. Well, I should really finish this incantation. The spell cannot be completed without it.
I will leave you to it then.
Sleep well, Hunter. If you can.
Catch any ghosts today, girl?
Family protects one another. Family loves one another. Family would do anything to save one another. Is that not what these heroes of yours preach? Then why abandon you at the doorstep of that wretched pretender Mephisto, my precious child?
After the traitor Blaze betrayed me to that demon, Robbie would not leave my side. Ileana tore through reality itself to find me. I am here now because of their actions, not yours.
Then for once I am grateful to them. Still, I fear you have traded one problem for another. Say what you will about Johnny Blaze, but his soul is one of the strongest I have ever encountered. He has carried the parchment for decades without succumbing to its call, battled angels and demons alike, and rattled the thrones of far too many gods.
It almost seems like you admire him.
I simply state the facts. Now he is free of the page, and another takes on the mantle of its guardian.
Robbie.
Do you really think he will prevail over the parchment of power?
The Midnight Suns are no strangers to darkness, Mother. Controlling it is what we do.
The Darkhold is beyond any notion you have of darkness. It has no master, save for he that wrote it. My original offer still stands. If you truly value your friend, relieve him of his burden and surrender the parchment to me. Ignore my warning, and Blaze's betrayal will be a fond memory compared to what is coming next.
I want to ask you something, but you can't make fun of me, okay?
Fire away, Robbie.
Well, there is this online video game tournament, and I was kinda wondering, will you be my player too?
Is Peter not the obvious choice? Does he not get automatically drafted?
I know. Felt we've gotten pretty close. It doesn't feel right to not at least offer you the spot. Besides, there will be plenty of other tournaments for me and Peter to dominate.
So, what did I do to deserve this honor, Robbie?
I could ask you the same question. What did I do to deserve all your confidence in me?
Simply put, you are a badass. You and the Spirit of Vengeance are crashing your opponents left and right. The Flaming Skull is a nice touch too.
Can't argue with a good kill streak. I sometimes wonder if you'd still think that way if it wasn't for Sparky. Don't get me wrong, we're a solid duo, there's no doubt about it. But on my own, would I be that great? I'm not so sure.
Have you considered Sparky might feel the same way?
What do you mean?
Sparky is occupying your body, Robbie. He needs you more than you need him. Without you, he is just a disembodied spirit. He probably feels just as insecure as you do.
Oh, poor guy. I never thought about it that way before. Oh, now I'm feeling bad for Sparky. He should know he's still a kick-ass demon all on his own.
You should start talking to yourself that way, Robbie. You might actually realize you are the real thing. A real hero.
Okay, fine. You've made your point.
Repeat it until every last bit of doubt is erased from your mind. Starting now.
I am the hero.
Perfect.
No, that can't be. I had that dream too.
Maybe it was something we ate.
Don't you mean someone?
I don't know. This stinks of a hex or a curse or something.
If we all had the same nightmare, does that mean we all share the same subconscious neurosis?
God, I hope
The
not.
probability of every single one of us walking the same dream state is 1 billion to 1. It must mean something.
Yeah, it means we might want to have a little chat with our friendly neighborhood hunter.
Oh, I knew I should have let Mr. Murdoch copyright that for me.
I still can't get that image out of my mind.
Same here. And that's saying a lot these days.
I'm sure there's a logical explanation for this all.
There is... the parchment.
I knew that page would find a way of messing with our heads.
Or maybe it was warning us about you-know-who.
Did you have the dream?
What dream?
I'm here if you want to talk about it.
I'm assuming you had the same dream last night as the rest of us.
I am pretty sure I did not. What was it?
I'll let Wanda tell you. She's better at communicating those kinds of things. All I can say is, what I saw last night made me worry about you.
I am more worried about you. Riddled with nightmares, suspicious of friends and colleagues. The page is getting to you.
The page is not getting to me. Everyone had the same exact nightmare last night. If anything, it's getting to everyone here.
It is possible. The full effects of the Parchment of Power have gone largely unstudied.
And they will remain unstudied. Honestly, I can't wait for it to be destroyed.
So, you are not going to read it?
Hell no. And not just because I suspect it's giving me bad dreams. Because I know whatever Blaze read set him off so hard that he betrayed us.
Wait. Blaze can read?
Oh man. I'm just glad he's not here to hear you say that.
Why not? I'm not scared to speak my mind to him.
It would be entertaining for sure. I think Wanda wants to talk to you. I should stop monopolizing your time and let her get a word in. Oh, and Hunter?
Yes, Robbie?
Take care of yourself, okay? Like, really take care.
I always do. What is everyone so upset about?
A nightmare. We all had the same one last night, and it has unnerved us. Wondering if you had the same one too. Would be weird if you were the only one in the Abbey who didn't.
You mean the one about Lilith?
Wait, you had a dream about Lilith?
Is that not the one you all had?
No, Hunter. We had a dream about you. And it was a pretty awful one too.
What? What about me?
Let's just say you... something threw you above us. Your face twisted in what could only be described as extreme agony. And that's as far as I want to remember. I don't want to freak you out. I mean, it was just a dream, right?
Something you should know about me. I do not scare easily.
We should probably stop talking now. Everyone is staring.
They are staring?
Yep.
They really are frightened, are they not?
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, everyone here is just as afraid of me as they are of you.
I'm trying to assume it was Lilith in all our heads last night. Don't prove me wrong.
Seems like everyone had a restless night. I hate to ask this, but are you all right?
I was going to ask the same of you.
I won't lie. I'm a little shaken. The dream, nightmare we all had of you.
The one everyone had, but no one will tell me about?
Let's just say you should be grateful to have your collar to protect you.
Protect me from what, exactly?
Your mother, Hunter. Who else? If it wasn't for that collar, who knows how she might be able to manipulate you? I wouldn't put it past her to invade your dreams, the way I think she just invaded ours last night.
She knows the parchment is here.
And is desperate for it, I'm sure. We should all be on guard. In any case, best to keep our wits about us. I just don't want anything to happen to you, kiddo.
Hello, my sweet girl. What you doing, Charlie?
I guess I could show you a couple of things.
Thanks for coming out to meet me.
You wanted to talk?
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you a question, if that's all right.
Ask away.
Why are you being so nice to me? I mean, I was your mortal enemy at some point, and I was the one who... you know, with Agatha. Wasn't expecting you, of all people, to warm up to me.
It is hard not to. You are a very intriguing person, Wanda.
I am?
Why else would I be spending so much time with you?
It's just... not sure if you noticed, but everyone seems to be afraid of me around here. Everyone except for you, that is.
That is not true. Nico and Magic are not afraid of you. And neither are Robbie or Blade, for that matter.
Yeah, they are. They just don't want to hurt my feelings by showing it. Anyway, I just wanted to say, thanks for not hating me. Or something along those lines. I'm glad you're here.
You too, Wanda.